automating and setting up an active automation campaign so that your hot sheet can look at the number of shoots you've done, build it, and ship it out. Super easy to do. All right, the very first thing you're going to do is create a campaign. You want to create a blank campaign. So those of you that are following along, click on campaign. I know there's no way you could get the DMARC stuff done while live here, but that can come later. That's easy to do. Create a blank campaign. Boom. And then you're going to come to the next screen and you have two choices: unsubscribe or when a tag is applied. Well, you don't want to do it on subscribe because you've already imported, say, 100, 500, 3,000 people to your list. So if you did that, you'd have to subscribe people to the hot sheet. And so we're going to do a tag applied to kick things off. So follow me here. Click tag. Okay. And let's make that tag hot sheet. Downy hot sheets. Recently heard a hot sheet commercial. Dryer sheets, hot sheets. All right. So hot sheets. So add hot sheet. Now, this is kind of like building a little program. So you've got start the campaign when a tag is applied. What happens next? Well, let's check the feed. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to check the feed. We're going to drag that right there. Okay. Going to drag that right there, check the feed. And now we need a feed URL. And this is actually pretty simple to do. So let's shift gears. I'm going to move this over here. We're going to talk a little bit about the feed URL. So next step here. Feed URL. You're going to snag your feed from the RTV system. It's very important that you set this up correctly. And if you, it's not complicated at all. You're going to go back over to RTV. Okay, right here. You're going to go to settings, and you're going to go to RSS feed and embed code. From here, you're going to want it to say. I think you just leave it just the way it is. You can change the number of tours. The number of tours is really projects. So when you see tours, you think projects, meaning a photo shoot. You're going to want to, the refer is what's going to show up on the traffic report. So when they click stuff, it's going to say refer equals hot sheet. So if you don't end up calling this your hot sheet and you call it your super burn or your my photo shoots or whatever, you call it something else, then you may want to say this is from my photo email or my photo shoot email. Give it a name so that whatever you're calling this product that you're going to tell your customers that you offer, that the other photographers in the area don't, they're going to see that on their traffic report and go, oh, wow, it's working. This is what Glenn is doing for me. This is what Josh is doing for me. So name it according to your product. I call it a hot sheet, so my refer is a hot sheet. On my count, and what I do is I put this at 60, and I'll tell you why. Any changes you make, you want to hit update. Okay, so you update that. Notice how it made it say 60 down here. I don't know if everybody saw that, but if I make it say 5 and then hit update, then it's going to be 5. So I have mine set to 60 because I think I just showed you guys, like we have a ton. Let me go and open up a new tab. We have pages and pages of projects that aren't done, that are waiting to be finalized. Like, look at this, like so many of these. How many are on a page? What, 25, right? 25 on a page or something like that. I don't know if there's that many, but a lot of these aren't done. That's my point. They're not done. The syndication's off. We don't have the MLS data. And so I need my system to, I need my hot sheet to look back at least 60 projects to look for new items that have been added to the feed. You know, I don't know if 16 is enough. If a project sat there and it sat there and sat there for a really long time and the agent's like, oh, it's not gonna go live for 2 months, and you do 100 tours a month, there's no way that's gonna go in the hot sheet unless you have it set for like 200, and then it's gonna look that far back. So there is a chance that something can get missed if you don't have it looking back far enough. I have mine set to 60, and there are times when we're marking so many of them green in the summertime, that it builds up and it gets beyond 60. And if it falls out, if their listing goes live and I've clicked 60 of them green ahead of that one, they don't make the hot sheet. And believe me, they get ticked if they don't make the hot sheet and it's been sitting there. I am programming something so that you can put somebody back in the hot sheet, but that's not out yet. So my advice to you on this setting, the bigger the number, the better, because it's not gonna hurt anything. Your feed will just run a little bit slower. That's it. So your feed will just run a little bit slower. It's gonna look back that many projects. So it's gonna look back that many projects that are flipped green. Everybody get that? So it's gonna look back how many have been recently flipped green. So, all right, so better safe than sorry. So I put mine at 60. And then I have simple detail. I know in the video that I made the other day, I said that I use detailed. That was incorrect. I will make a little notation on that video. So I use simple detail. However, I did a test, and when I moved this to detailed, it just didn't do anything. It did not have any impact on my hot sheet. So mine at Blue Lava is set. There we go. Mine is set to simple. So tours, internet promotion feeds, hot sheet, dealer ID, most equals 60. That's this number here. Type equals 0, and that's the agent checkbox. And then I have detail equals 2, which is the simple detail. So pretty much the only thing that you're going to change on this is this right here. If you want to change the name of it, what's going to show up on the traffic report, and how many projects back you want it looking at. Once you've got this, hit the copy to clipboard, and let's move on to the next step. Okay, the next step here is pasting in your feed. So you got that on your clipboard, right? So we are going to paste that into the feed, and then we're going to decide how many posts we want it to look for. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm going to take my feed and I'm going to paste it right there. Boom. And it's going to put a green check mark after it looks 60 back. So it's going to take a second here. It's going to look 60 of my listings back. The smaller that number, the quicker your feed's going to be, but mine is going to check 60 back because we mark a lot of them green in the summertime. And I want my feed, so you want to wait till that stops spinning and before you try to do anything. I am going to actually set mine to check. I have mine set. There's a green check mark. That means the feed is good. I have mine set to check hourly. Because why? Because we're marking stuff green in the summertime hourly. So I want it to check my feed every hour for items that I've marked green, syndication on. So, well, actually right here. So right there, boom. That's what I want it to look for right there, green. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. All right, so I'm gonna check hourly. How to decide on the required number of posts. I've had dozens of conversations with people about this for the last several months. This really depends on how many shoots you're doing a week and how many hot sheets you want to send out. I have some customers, like Glenn, likes his to go out every day. He sends an email out every single day. So his goes out if there's one or more posts. So if you want the required post for the email to go out to be 1, that's going to send your customers a lot of emails, okay? In the summer, I set this to 14 at Blue Lava. So we're doing like sometimes 20 shoots a week. I pop a hot sheet, then I pop a hot sheet, then I pop a hot sheet. So if I have this set to 1, every time you mark 1 green, it's going to ship it, okay? So you're going to have to make a logical decision like, okay, I'm doing 5 shoots a week. I want my hot sheet to go out once a week. So set it to 5. Okay, I'm doing 10 shoots a week. I want my hot sheet to go out twice a week, set it to 5. Me personally, I feel like they should only get one hot sheet a week. They could, you want people to stay subscribed, right? You want them to see it as a tool. But you need to balance it because you need it to be hot, right? It's not a stale sheet. So you don't want to set it to 20 if you're doing 3 shoots a week, and then your hot sheet is popping out, over once a month. So be smart about it, keep it hot. So if you're doing 5, 10 shoots a week, I would set it to 7, let it pop, keep them hot. All right, hopefully that makes sense. So I at Blue Lava this time of the year, I have mine set to 7. Okay, and we're popping one hot sheet every week. All right, so I am going to, and that'll increase. So you will have to come back here and increase this as you get busier. You can't just set it, otherwise it'll go out more and more and you're sending out 2, 3, 4 hot sheets a week. If your goal is to do that, fine. If your goal is 1 a week, remember, be cognizant of what this is set to, okay? Next step. Some of you may have to drag the email in here. I noticed that it actually put that in there for me automatically. It doesn't always do that, but if it doesn't put send email, you want your email to go in between the feed and repeat forever. So you're gonna drag this send a message down here, but if it already puts send a message down there, you just want it to end up looking like this right here. Send a message is in the middle, okay, and then repeat forever. So let's go to the next step here. We are gonna click on send a message. So what kind of message? We want it to create an HTML editor. Don't do drag and drop email builder. Don't do plain text message because this is a mobile friendly responsive HTML message. So you're gonna wanna do HTML editor. Click it, okay? Now it's gonna take you to one of the last steps. All right, this is where you take your code. So with your hot sheet code, I gave you some options. I gave you the old code, I gave you the new code. Now I like using the code with 2 banners. Why would you use code with 2 banners, Jason? Well, maybe you are a member of your MLS. Put it on there, okay? Why wouldn't you? Maybe you're a member of XYZ Realtors, anything. Put it on there. If you're only a member of one place, use 1 banner code. If you're a member of 2, use the 2 banner code. If you're not a member of either, I don't know, use the space for shameless advertising. So let's go with 1 banner text code here. I'm gonna open up that. Let me just shut some of these other ones down. I hate the changes that Notepad made. All right, I'm gonna hit Control A, and I'm gonna put all that on my clipboard by going Control C. So you're basically copying, which hopefully everyone here knows how to do. Copy and paste. Put that on the clipboard and click this button right here that says source code. Take out everything that's in there, hit delete. Hit Control V, paste in the code. Seriously, that's it. That's it. Now you're ready to hit source. Okay, here's the part where you will need to replace this middle part because this comes pre-built with the Blue Lava feed. So this is gonna come pre-built with my logo up here, with my Aspire North down here, with all of my links. You're gonna have to customize it. First things first, preview it and make sure that it's working properly, okay? You're gonna end up pulling my feed, okay? So there's my feed, looks great. Now, next step, back to editor. Click this little back to editor button. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go over here to, I should have probably told you to save your, your feed on your clipboard right here. Okay, so right here, you're gonna go back to the same feed that you copied, put that on your clipboard, and then I want you to put it into a text document. So you're gonna actually, you're gonna strip out any HTML. You don't want it to be a link, okay? So then Control X. So strip out any HTML by putting it into just a text document. and then we're gonna go back here to AWeber, and you're gonna very carefully look at this code. So let me zoom in here. Let me zoom in so that you guys can see this really good. So this is the only part you're gonna have to fiddle with as far as code goes. Right where it says feed, you can see where it says refer equals hot sheet, follow it back. Right here, it starts here with HTTPS. All of yours are gonna be different. So you're gonna put all of this, see how I highlighted all that, okay? Now remember, you've got your feed on your clipboard. You're gonna hit delete. And don't worry, you can't mess this up, and hit Control V. And in that was paste, Control V is paste. So I just pasted, you're pasting in your media.redloomphotography.com or tours.realvisionstudio or tours.upandclose or other, whatever your feed is, you're pasting that right in there, and then that's gonna put your people in the middle. Once you're done with that, preview it and make sure that you've got pictures coming in. Let me unzoom. Okay, once you can confirm it's pulling your feed, hit this save button down here just once, and then go back to the editor. Now you've got 3 images and some links that you have to customize on here. And the easiest way to do that is you're gonna have to have these images hosted somewhere. So included in the new hot sheet code that's back in the BRC right now, you get images. So I gave you, I don't know why I gave you my logo, but I did. But I gave you this new listings, and it doesn't have any logo on it right here. So I gave you this image right here, and you can put your logo on it. You're gonna need a place to host this, okay? You're gonna need a place to host that image. And there's a lot of ways you can dice that up. For a lot of people, this is the trickiest part. Yes, you can have multiple designs, multiple hot sheets, and multiple lists. So you could have one that just went out to home builders if you wanted to. Absolutely, there's nothing stopping you. You can have multiple lists and multiple people that get different hot sheets. But that's a good question. And I got another question: if some of the features are only available to annual subscription users on AWeber, the answer is, I think as long as your list is under 500 people, I know you can't have more than one list. You can only have one list with the free version. So good question on that, Sue. So you need a place to host your photos. And for me, let me log in here to my Blue Lava Media WordPress. Give me a moment. So those of you that are using WordPress probably recognize this, okay? And this is your, you've got your posts, you've got your media, and this is where you can drag a photo and you can get a link to it. So if you use WordPress, you can drag a photo and then click on it and look right here, file URL, copy to clipboard. Once you have uploaded, and literally drag and drop, okay? Once you have it, all you do is double click on my logo and paste the link to your logo wherever it's hosted. Make sense? That's all you do. Now, oh, I know why I gave you my logo, you guys. Silly me. So you knew what to size it. That's why I provided my logo, okay? I wanted to make sure I gave you my logo so you knew what size, okay? So that's why I gave that to you, okay? It should show you though when you double click on it. So when you double click in AWeber, it's gonna say it's 200 wide by 84 tall. So make your logo the same size if you want it to fit in there the same way. The Aspire North is 400. I don't know why it doesn't give a height. It's interesting. 400 wide. Probably doesn't matter because it's just going to scale the whatever to height. So 400 wide on that. And this one here, double click. This one is 600 wide by 338. So It's going to take a little bit of time. Customizing your hot sheet will take the longest. You're going to want to put your tour gallery here, and you can double click on any of the links and it'll say, okay, what's the new URL? I have mine going to tours.bluelavamedia.com. If somebody can't see the images, I'm like, well, visit my gallery because all of these are in my gallery, right? Right, because they just turned green and they got syndicated. So the links are easy to change out. The logos are easy to change out. If you don't have a web host, there are other ways you can get photos online and get links to them. Possibly, you might even be able to use AWeber. One thing that I thought of before, let me go out of here. One thing you could do with AWeber, yes, leave. One thing you could do with AWeber is you could go to messages, create a message, and you could go to their smart designer and you can punch in a URL and just click beginner. And I'm just going to say use this template. What they let you do, let me save my template as Jason's test. Big, oh, come on, big test. Big test. Okay. Oh boy, yeah, just newsletter import, sure. Now what'll happen here, it saved it as my template. What you can do, I believe, is you could actually use AWeber to host your images. Watch this. For those of you that really want to get tricky, okay, click on an image, click upload image. Look at me, I'm hacking this. All right, I'm gonna grab you would grab your own image, whoop, drag it, okay, like that. And let's see, do they give us the URL? Do they give us the URL to that image? That is what I want to know. Image gallery, what are they wanting to do here? Hold on here, image. Let's see if they give us the URL, image gallery, my images. Let's see, open image in a new tab. Yeah, baby, there it is. So I can't guarantee that that's going to work, but if you saw what I did, I right-clicked on it. There's my image, and I clicked open in a new tab. So right-click, open in a new tab. And my guess is you could probably go all the way back to this PNG. Let's see. Yep. So you can go all the way back to, you can cut it all the way back to that PNG. So what you could do is you could take this link, okay, and you could go to your automation, your AWeber automation. Let me get out of here and let me get back to my campaign. Oh, you got to be on the right list, hot sheet. And you could actually upload to AWeber and use them to host it. Does that make sense to everybody? That's a shortcut if you don't have WordPress. So watch what I do here. I've got that on my clipboard. I'm going to my HTML on my test list. This should work. We're going to do a test. I'm going to click on this logo twice. And I'm going to say, no, I don't want to use what I uploaded to my WordPress. I want to use this, Control V, tab. There it is, tab, and hit OK. There it is. So you can have AWeber host your images. You have to go through a few hoops, but it is possible. I just start a campaign. So get your all this customized. You're going to, of course, want to make all these links customized down here. If you don't offer property websites, don't mention it. Customize the text. I have generic text in here that works for me. I do change this once in a while. I have a link to my storefront, my address, city, state, zip. Make this yours. Make it yours. And then when you're done, preview it and send yourself an email. Okay, boom. Let me fire up my email. And let's see, it says your test is on the way. And then there it is, right here. We are going to run just a little bit late tonight, folks, not much, but you can see This image here, right click, that is pulling right out of AWeber beautifully. So there's a hot sheet. Pretty cool. So you're gonna wanna test it. Folks, test with Gmails too, okay? Test on a phone, test on an iPad, look at it, make sure you like it. Let's get back over here. So yeah, the import, we went through this. Oh, the subject, you want to make sure you paste your subject in. You don't want to blast it out without a subject. You copy the code, you paste the code in. We've already done all this. It's my little video that I made yesterday. But this is all pretty easy stuff to do, and you guys can do it too. I'm gonna look at questions now while this video is playing.